Hello and welcome to 5-Minute Math. Today we are looking at the Algebra 1 concept of writing systems of equations. This is standard A.2I in the great state of Texas, and we are using item number 2 of the 2017 released STAAR test. If you haven't done so already, please go ahead and take a moment to pause the video, work this problem out on your own, unpause it, and we will look at our answers together. So we have a drummer and a guitarist, and we need to find a system of equations, right? So the guitarist wrote 8 fewer than twice the number of the songs the drummer wrote, and they wrote a total of 46 songs. What are we looking for with a system of equations? Well, two linear equations that share the same variables. And so if we were to graph it, right, it might look something like this. System of equations lets us know that there's going to be one intersection point, and whatever those the coordinates are of those two lines where they intersect, that would be a solution for each of these equations. So we need to take this word problem and write at least two different linear equations that include D for the drummer songs and G for the guitarist songs. Okay, so we've got two different sentences here. They include two different clues, and I'm going to start with this one because that's a lot more straightforward. They wrote a total of 46 songs. Okay, total of, that means we're going to equal there. And who's they? Well, just the drummer and the guitarist. So the drummer songs plus the guitarist's songs equals 46. All right, so that's pretty straightforward there. And you see I've got that solution there in F and J. But that's all that means. You add up the two instrumentalist songs, the drummer and the guitarist, and they write 46 together. Okay, it's the second sentence that starts right there. That's where we get our next line, and it's written kind of strange. Look at this. The guitarist wrote. Okay, so the guitarist wrote. So that's going to be our G equals. So the guitarist wrote, what is that equal to? 8 fewer than twice the number of songs than the drummer. That's kind of weird. All right, so twice the number of songs that the drummer wrote. So I'm going to write 2D. It's 8 fewer than that, but since it's subtraction, right, we need to put that in the back side because that's going to be the smaller part. So 8 fewer. So you take whatever the drummer wrote, subtract 8 fewer, that's what your guitarist gets. Okay? And so we see here that we've got, it's all kind of mixed up down here on J. So that's not going to work there. And you see that we've got both of the equations here that we're looking for on F. And if we're looking at G and H, they don't even have this basic one of D plus G equals 46, right? They've got all kinds of randomness here. G equals, and you see how they've got two different equations, but not sure how G can equal both of those. Same here with H. They're looking for D for both. So that would be our solution, is going to be that F. Now, how do we, if we wanted to solve it? Well, look, they've already given us G equals 2D minus 8. So how would we solve it? Well, we would just take this and we would substitute in, since G equals 2D minus 8, right, we would just say D plus, and instead of this G, I'm going to write 2D minus 8 equals 46. Now, this standard doesn't ask us to solve for it, but we easily could solve for D, because now we've just got one variable. And that's what you need in order to solve a linear equation, is you're just looking for one variable. We substituted that G in to the 2D minus 8, and we could simplify, we could solve for D, and then we can plug that back into our original right here. And then we could solve for G, we can find our answer. But for this problem, our answer is F.